On Today with Jacob.
That's so terrible. I actually like it. Courtesy of Brummy Luke, Ginger Brummy Luke from Brum. So yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah, that's so terrible. I'm going to make you listen to it again at the end. Enjoy. So, hello everyone. Thought I'd try this a different way and do like a voiceover style video. It's a bit hard to say the right shit when you're in the moment, and I feel like you could probably get some more information out of it if I actually stopped for a sec. So, anyway, here we go. This is the dyno at Thurrock. Looks pretty sick. So yeah, this is what you'll see if you come tuning here, I suppose. We'll work through the what's in the cell and what isn't. Main dyno computer. And yeah, so these sons of bitches. This is really what makes this dyno pretty good, to be honest. You've probably not seen a dyno like this before. Well, you might have done. If you have, good on you. This is a hub dyno rather than being a rolling road. So rather than having a big giant, essentially rolling pin in the floor, these will essentially bolt to the car, or the car will bolt to the machine, depends on which way your brain works. And yeah, these are pretty good because there's like minimal inertia in there. And they're really good for controlling the engine. Sounds a bit odd to say controlling the engine, but the better you can control the engine, the better you can tune it. As you can see, that's how they bolt on. Pretty cool. Big giant fans there. The four outer fans are for the cooling of the hydraulic oil that's in the dynos. The center one is a big fuck off fan that will blow you over if you step in front of it. That's for engine cooling. And the other dyno there. Extraction comes through the roof via two big panels in the roof and massive ducting, obviously. And then the little exhaust chutes you see there. So these big old motherfuckers. I don't even know what they're rated for. I think they said they made 1800 horsepower on them once. So yeah, I'd only get this out if you can make maybe a bit over 500 wheel horsepower probably. It depends a bit on the torque you make, the gearing on the car. There's plenty of variables for it. But yeah, if you can make more than 500 wheel horsepower, I'll probably get this bad boy out on you. Boom, and by the power of editing magic, there's a fucking car in the booth. What would you know? Right, so today's victim, I say victim because it actually did blow up on us last time, epoxy thing. But this is a K24, forged this time, nicely. GTX 35 turbo on there, genuine Garrett one too, very swish. The little pipe you see there hanging off, that's a knock detection. So I used the old school method, having a £1,000 knock detection kit in the drawer. I still choose that method. I don't know, I guess it's just, I don't know. Romantic, I suppose, is the wrong kind of word. At one with the machine. That's kind of, yeah, it's nice to hear everything going on. VTEC solenoid crack, the throttle come open. Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you've never heard it, it's kind of strange, but yeah, you get used to it pretty quick. Inlet, unknown fab inlet, pretty cool. That looks nice. So this is what the previous K20 made. A little bit before it shut itself, a week. 400 wheel horsepower, nothing crazy. It's the torque spike, you see that in the middle, just above 4. We were a little worried about that, so we had a wastegate issue, so I was a bit of a passenger. We got the wastegate issue fixed, and whilst turning the mid-range down, Uncle Rodney came out, set fire to the car. It was tragic. There was, yeah, flames and everything. Was not good. Was not good. But yeah, anyway, that's what the K20 made. It was a tiny little turbo on it at the time, some Zoner thing. But yeah, that's what it did, and that's our new target, I suppose. Boom. Engine tuned. And not blown up, which is always a bonus. I hate pushing cars out of the dyno. It's fucking horrible. So yeah, big thumbs up for the K24. It's working, which is sick. It's a forged bottom end. K24 head. I think there's valve springs in there. I can't fucking remember. As I said, GTX 35 turbo and all of that jazz. This is your power curves. Okay, so let's have a look. Work from the top, I suppose. So green line 466. That's at the hubs, obviously. We have a non-return line on this 1000cc injectors, so we top them bad boys out. If I'm honest, we were riding the 100% from maybe 7,000 upwards, a little bit after 7,000 upwards. So yeah, that's the absolute max this thing was going to make. 466.5. Obviously, we can't leave it there because I need to leave a little bit of headroom. So essentially, scrap that one. Red is where we left it. 1.05 bar. It's pretty cool. It's not stressing this bottom end at all. It wants to make 430 wheel horsepower, 470-ish at the flywheel. That's nice, gets it down the road, gives you a little bit of headroom on those injectors, so if you're out one night that's a little bit cold, you haven't got to have the boost cut so close. They love to boost cut these things on a cold night. Pain in my arse. The black line, 0.9 of a bar, you see it practically mimics the K20 curve the whole way there. Just spools up a little bit earlier. I can't quite remember what boost the K20 was at, but it wouldn't have been 0.9. But yeah, it's done all right. Low boost, wastegate was 0.5 of a bar, 321 wheel horsepower. Nice, could be like a nice little wet setting or something. Either way, I mark these up and down with I make notes in the map file basically for what settings create what boost, so that I can then tap those into your boost by gear maps and tweak them as I go. If you wanted them tweaked later on down the line, I've already got the data there for what power it made, how much boost it made with that setting, and what setting to use. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Everything works and isn't dead. Boom. See it spooling up a little bit earlier there. Bear in mind it is a bigger turbo too, so K24 putting in work. Limiting at 8,000 RPM, well 81 actually, but yeah, due to the last engine shitting itself right in front of him, he's a little anxious about it, bless him, so there's just no need to rev this thing any further than it wants to rev, to be honest, so that's why we left her at 81. Sure, you've probably gone to 84, 85, whatever you want, but at the end of the day, he'd rather it just be alive, so alive it stays. So upgrade plan from here, he literally just needs a return fuel line basically, and he's good for 600 a bit more, 600 and a bit horsepower, I suppose, flywheel. Yeah, so if he wants to, he'll get that done, and that'll be him. If you like this method of video, then yeah, be sure to let us know. Obviously, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fucking bollocks. And I'll keep doing this bollocks. So yeah, I suppose I'll catch you on the next one then. Ta-ra!
On Today with J. Cal.